and welcome to a very special edition of Agenda, which is coming to you from the Delhi Secretariat. And with me today, our guest, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. He's over here, and the reason why I have him as a guest is because apart from the odd and even scheme that's been implemented in the capital, the other thing which has got a lot of people really worked up is the entire nursery admission scenario. And what the AAP government, the other decision that they've taken recently is scrapping the entire management quota, which actually gave private schools the freedom to let anyone they want to admit them in that 25% of the seats. AAP claims that it's freed up 50% more seats, but what it has happened is it's also invited a lot of criticism from families who are saying that it's a decision that has come too late and at a time when they've already applied. So what's going to happen? We've got a whole load of viewers' questions for Manish Sisodia as well. Also joining us is Sumit Vora of the Parents Association. He's got questions from you. And someone who's a big supporter of this plan of yours is Ashok Agarwal. He is an education lawyer and activist. However, he has some complaints about the way it's been implemented. Manish Sisodia, thanks very much. I just wanted to ask you, first of all, by starting out, a lot of parents feel, fine, you've done this, it's freed up 50% seats, but why couldn't you announce it in December before the notification came? Why leave it at a time when people have already applied?
You see, people have already applied, but when you file this application, you are not supposed to tell them that what are the criteria. Criteria, quota, whatever will apply after 22nd January. So we have announced this much before 22nd January. We announced this order on 6th of January. That means almost 17 days are there. 17, 18 days are there. So, I mean, you can keep saying why, if we would have announced this in December, then you could have asked us that why not in November. So there is a time for everything. We gave an opportunity to the schools that, okay, we want to trust upon you. You do whatever you want to do. Means free, fair admission process ke liye you, drop your own chart of criteria and processes. And there is full autonomy. But full autonomy never means that you misuse it. You sell the seats. You fix the quotas for your dearest and influential people. Fairness and freedom does not mean this. So when we found that lots of schools are not following the principle of justice, then we buzzed in, and we had to.
You had to do it, you say, but you know, it's interesting, you say they haven't fixed their criteria, but till the 22nd they didn't have to release their criteria, but some have pointed out that they applied to places knowing the criteria because they were put on the website. Also, they're saying a lot of what happens to the confusion, Manish Sisodia. The people that have already applied to certain schools, parents are calling us and they're writing in to say, we don't know.
What is the confusion? Unless some schools are creating fictitious confusion, I doubt there is any confusion, because as a parent, I am supposed to apply to n number of schools. I apply there. After 22nd, the school will evaluate my form based on that criteria. So the criteria would be required after 22nd only. It's not required today. It was not required on 1st. It's not required till 21st. Even if we would have announced this 21st January, then also it was not late.
I wanted to get one other clarification from you. Right now, your order is very clear. The only thing that is there is the 25% for economically weaker sections.
And disadvantaged groups.
And disadvantaged groups. What about the other things like the quotas for alumni and the quotas for siblings?
That the school can decide on their own.
They can have that.
Yeah. That's a free and fair criteria. Okay, you want to give 5 points or whatever points you want to give to girl child. Fair enough. Sibling, fair enough. Distance, fair enough. But you can't give points to a veg or non-veg family.
Okay.
A music lover family or non-music lover family. Education, you can't distinguish between...
So only those 25% seats which were given for management, only they have been scrapped. Siblings still get an advantage if the school wants to, and alumni still gets an advantage.
Alumni, sibling, distance, girl, child, there are so many. I mean, you see, we on 31st when it ended up 31st December, when we saw that lots of schools have done something wrong in the criteria, I made a list of it. My department made a list of it. There were 3,500 different sort of criteria, almost.
3,500 criteria, yeah.
Some schools are following some criteria, some schools are following other criteria.
Yeah.
So out of the 35, when we classified that,
yeah,
it came to approx 100 classifications. Out of that, we chose, I can say, 62 are not fair at all, are against the transparency, against the spirit of equal opportunity of education for everybody. So we jumped into it. We can't allow that 62.
Okay. Sumit Mohra, Manish Sisodia says very clearly that there isn't any source of confusion. It's created by schools. As someone who represents parents, and you run that website as well, are parents feeling the confusion or not?
See, confusion is there, but I'll tell you, till 31st, around 500 schools did not upload the criteria. We were highlighting it, and sir is aware that it was coming paper. Till 6th, it was coming like XYZ school post the criteria without neighborhood, which is the main spirit of the RT, EWS and Ganguly. How they will come to the criteria? They gave three show cause notice to the school lobby, and on 22nd, out of 1,755 schools, only 300 schools had posted criteria. When they come to the criteria, they can give the show cause notice then only, na? When they know the criteria, how can they give the show cause notice? Had they posted all the criteria before 31st, then your question is very valid. Yes, parents are confused. They are confused only on one aspect. First, do we have to fill the form again? Second, and I would like to congratulate Mr. Sisodia. 4 schools have fallen in line. They have removed your management quota. If you want, I can name the schools: PB International, Indraprastha, and there's your Saideva Global School. And the points also there. Confusion is there. Parents are in panic mode, and they are not happy. Not because of government. They are saying if the school lobby goes to the court, they are so powerful to get management quota. They can extend. They know that our party, ma'am, I'm running my forum from 2008. From last 8 years, this is the first party who has listened to us. I write to him, action is taken, but confusion is there, no doubt.
Okay, so I just for our viewers, I just want to say the main instance of the schools, we asked the schools also to come on the show and ask the questions to Manish Sisodia, but they felt there wasn't a representative. They were still finalizing their strategy. And you know, one viewer, I think perhaps he reflects a lot of people. The main issue that the schools have said is that the government should interfere in our kind of autonomy. And they felt that the Supreme Court had also upheld that the management quota is there so that schools, they've started this and they charge them much more money as well for giving them these seats. That's something the Supreme Court had said.
No, first of all, let me clarify that some schools are trying to create confusion. Okay, management quota khatm ho gaya, ab to alag tarike se admission hoga. No. फिर से फॉर्म भरना पड़ेगा. No, I am
filling forms. Just to tell our viewers, no filling forms.
That's what I am telling you on your channel, that please clarify to all your viewers, and please keep clarifying to all your viewers till the 22nd comes, that those who have already filled the form need not to resubmit the forms to any school. Even if some school says, give me in writing, I take action against those schools.
Okay, so that is a major word there from the education, from the Deputy CM over there. I wanted to ask you, Vicky Razdan, one of our viewers wants to know, what will the government do if high-profile schools offer resistance? What action can you take?
We have powers to take action against them, and of
de-recognition.
De-recognition, taking over the school. Maybe we'll explore other powers also.
Even taking over the school?
Yeah, if they don't fall in line. I mean, first of all, let me admit that few of the schools are doing too good.
Like what? You want to name them if they're doing it? Okay.
This will become an advertisement.
Okay. Ashok ji,
but my point is that those who are doing good, respecting them, having respect for them, I would like to say every school in Delhi have to be transparent. Even if they are doing good or not good, they are popular or not popular, if they are unrecognized registered school with Delhi government, that we call in normal language private schools in Delhi, they have to fall in line.
Ashok Agarwal, what's your question and what's your problem? Even though you support scrapping of management quota, you've always advocated it. Why are you still not very happy with the Delhi government on this?
I don't have my own any problem. The thing is that, in fact, Delhi government recently passed three bills. One was on 4 subjects. One was about the, doing away with detention policy. Okay, so though I don't support that, but still I don't want to be in controversy with that. Let us, the time will tell. The second is they have on the subject of this fee verification. In fact, by fee verification bill, they have really, it is not a regulation of fee, but it is really giving power to the school managements to loot the people. And the third one is relating to dropping of Section 10 from Delhi School Education Act, which had given equal right. It was there for 42 years. It had given equal right to equal pay to 1.5 lakh employees of the private schools. In one stroke, they claim to themselves as a Aam Aadmi party, and I am really surprised to see how they dare to, done away with the right of the 1.5 lakhs employees which they were getting for the last 42 years. And the last one was this nursery admission. Nursery admission.
Let me get him to respond.
You see, nursery admission.
What do you have to say about this?
Sunita, let me complete it. So this is nursery admission. Okay. As far as nursery admission is concerned, in fact, I really support this. And in fact, they have accepted my draft of this bill. But the point is that what next they have done, they have not approached Lieutenant Governor or the central government. I don't have details about that. But had they approached the Lieutenant Governor, I think at least in relation to nursery admission, they could have taken assent of these people and they can go by that law. On the one hand, they have not gone with that. On the other hand, they have asked the private schools to go with the old system. And now they have gone with the old system. I would like to ask one question from Manish ji. Manish ji, you were telling me that in case we withdraw recognition of this private school, when I asked you to implement Section 10 on these schools, you said derecognition means the schools will be closed, children will be out. Where they will go? Now you yourself are saying that if they will not adhere to your this order, you will derecognize them. Now you tell me where these children will go.
As I said, that there are different options. One, you asked me options, what are the options you have?
Yeah.
I told you the options that we have, but of course, we'll do a lot of discussions before taking any corrective action. We have power to run the school ourselves if the school is not following on the government's line.
Okay, so
maybe
it won't be closing down the school, it will be government.
We can't close the school, but there are different steps that we can take.
Okay, we're going to take a short break now. When we come back, many more viewer questions. This is something obviously very, very close to people's hearts. So we are going to take more questions on that. Be right back.